Hi, I'm Paul Friedman, founder of the Marriage Foundation. And this question is really kind of, I'm not going to be mean, okay? I'm going to do my best to respond to this question in a way that will help you see things and help you do something that is constructive. Because the whole idea of marriage is to build it every day, to make it happier and more loving. Wouldn't you agree? You don't want to have a mundane marriage where you just go from day to day looking for the problems. You want a great marriage. So this topic is, when your husband looks at another woman in front of you, what should you do? So the first thing you should do is not do anything other than recognize that if he's willing, and I'm not saying this to stir things up, but if he's willing to insult you, it is an insult. If he's willing to insult you by doing so, either through recklessness, because he doesn't really notice that it's a problem, or intentionally, passive-aggressive maybe, or aggressively, he's looking at other women. It's sending you a message. The message should not be, how dare he? That should not be the message. The message should not be seen as a confrontation. Now here's something you probably don't know. The information that our eyes pick up and our ears pick up hit the brain, the mind I should say, by hitting a filter first. And that filter puts a spin, a specialized spin that you created for everything. So some people may see a cloud in the distance and they go, wow, there's a forest fire. Another person sees that same cloud of smoke and says, wow, a car is driving down a dusty road. The information is coming in, it's exactly the same information, but we create these filters. So if you take this information that your husband is looking at another woman and therefore he should be upbraided, he should be criticized, condemned, called out because you're insulted, then there's part of the problem. Because you don't have a marriage that is based on love and happiness. You have a marriage that includes competitiveness, negative viewing, scrutiny of each other, and these are no-nos in a marriage. So what you should do when he does this is nothing, truly, because there's nothing you can do that will help. And you want your marriage to improve. That should be the only thing on your mind. Now, you could walk up to him and take him by the arm or kiss him or hold him, express love to him. And if you had a great marriage, that's exactly what you would do. But you don't have a great marriage. And so what you should do is you should take this as a clear sign that your marriage is not functioning well. And what do you do when that happens? Well, 20 years ago, a little bit more, I used to be a divorce meter. I would say, well, hey, let's get a divorce. Terrible karma. But I realized that people were getting divorced for stupid reasons. So I changed my practice. I turned it into helping people, not using psychotherapy and mainstream stuff, because it's all nonsense. It doesn't work. It leads to divorce. Instead, I made the two focuses of all the work that we do, love and happiness, because that's why we get married, because that's what we want. It's not too late for that. Don't live in the past. Don't blame how he was raised. Don't blame it because his father looks at women or his brothers get drunk and go to bars. Don't blame all that nonsense. Nor blame yourself. Don't blame yourself because you're not a great wife. But recognize that you're not a great wife. Don't take it on with guilt. Take it on with, I can fix this. I can do something about this. I want happiness in my marriage. I want love in my marriage. I don't know how to be married, so I'm going to learn, by golly. And that's what you do. That's what you do when you see your husband is looking at women, even if it's not in front of you. His whole life should be revolving around loving you. And if he's not, it's not his fault. You know, a lot of women go, why doesn't he love me the way he promised? How come I'm not his queen? Why doesn't he take care of me the way he should? Well, let me put it in a very simple way. If you took care of him the way you should, he would take care of you the way he should. One of the books I wrote is called Breaking the Cycle. There's a cycle where you hurt each other and you get into a downward spiral. It's a cycle of pain and suffering and misery. And you got to break that. And you got to start moving towards happiness, love, taking care of each other the way you should. But you have to learn how. I cannot play games with you and tell you just do this, just do that, that'll work. Let the other people do that if they want. No, you have to take the bull by the horns. You have to learn how to be married. You have to have something that's methodical, progressive, and takes you there, like our course for women. No, this is not a sales pitch. I'm just telling you the truth. Maybe you could do it just by reading the books. Some people could do it just by watching these videos. Hopefully you'll subscribe to this channel and you'll learn so much about marriage. I don't care. I just want you to be happily married. That's what I'm doing. And I'm Paul Friedman, and I founded the Marriage Foundation. And I'm glad you visited. And if you'd like to leave a comment, leave a comment. If you'd like to leave a like, I would appreciate that. And God bless you, and take care. Thank you for joining me.